Hi Libra, welcome to my channel. This is Jade with yesYesYes, and we're going to do your love reading for April 2019. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Let me explain what we're going to do. I'm going to use 3 different decks today. We're going to finish everything off with the Romance Angels just to give us the overall in the end. I'm going to begin with the Lenormand deck to get an idea of how both the masculine and feminine are interacting this month, and then I will get the clarity from the Line Strider deck. Okay, so again, if you are brand new to this channel, welcome. If any of this is resonating for you, let me know in the comments section below, as well as just, giving a thumbs up really helps the channel out so much. If you're interested in a personal reading, that information is in the box below with my website, that direct link. Okay, so let's see how this begins for Libra in April 2019. What's going on, Libra? How you doing out there? Hope you're enjoying the springtime shoulder season in northern hemisphere, or the I guess it would be the fall season if you're in the south. Anyway, shoulder season, I enjoy shoulder season because everything's changing, and it's almost as if we've had the apex of the final of the last season. Like for here, winter, oh my gosh, it's been a tough winter, so I am ready for spring. Okay, so I'm laying out all the cards. We started with the masculine, and it seems to be quite a story. So this will be really interesting for you, Libra, about what's going on. Could be like a full-on Lenormand reading. I'm going to try that to not have that happen, but at the same time, I want to give you all the cards as they're coming out. There's so many cards. Libra, what's going on? Are you all in separation? Do you just have a lot going on between you? Is what it seems. Okay, so right now, what it's looking like is that let me see. So in the middle here is really where you're meeting. It seems like the masculine is really more in the heart-centered space, the love-centered space right now. And the masculine has quite a bit of energy, quite a bit of good health actually right now, it seems. So maybe he's getting back out and starting a new workout routine, which is great, getting that body looking good. But what I'm feeling like is that this middle area is really where you're going to meet, maybe a little bit into here. And that has to do with travel and choices and friendship. So I don't know if you have any travel plans set with friends. I know that it's, it's kind of spring break-ish, kind of not, it's in that in and out time. So it could be a spring break trip. It could be a work trip even, or maybe just a weekend getaway. There could be like a cottage involved somewhere in there. But there's some type of, I'm thinking it's like an Airbnb or something where you've made a commitment to do a rental and you go somewhere. And then that's where the meeting happens. For the feminine, what's going on with you is you're really concentrating with your money this month, and it's been a challenge for you, but I think that you're getting a really strong idea of how to generate more money, to bring in more money, or maybe the things that you have been planting, all that seeds of new investments are now starting to pay off, because right now you are counting your money. So you are in very different places, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to meet. And if this is an ongoing relationship, that seems to be the play out currently, is that you are, concentrating on different things. The masculine's a little bit more heart-centered currently, and the feminine is counting her money. And I think I had, the opposite happened, for another sign. And that just happens. We all have different focuses, and that's totally fine. So that's the whole idea, is that we're seeing where everything is. Now what I'm doing right now is just kind of putting the cards up underneath the significator cards. It seems to be that I'm making a mess because there's so many of them. But I'm just trying to leave out a few so that then we'll see where your connections really are, which I'm feeling like, here, we're gonna leave them right there. So you have a choice. And it's a choice about loyalty. It's a choice about, maybe it is a commitment choice here that's happening. And I'm feeling like, the masculine, the feminine's more into the commitment, if that does come up for you. But Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I am going to, oops, keep on shuffling these. Now, I've pre-shuffled everything, but I want to shift this a little bit more. There, you can see me shuffling. That's great. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out one card that kind of gives me the summation of what's going on between you, what this initial energy is between you. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, yes. Loving it. It is in the upright. Loving that. Very good. So this, directly goes back to the feminine, feeling like she's, everything is turning. The wheel is finally turning, specifically for the feminine and her financial state. For the masculine, I don't feel like this has been a problem for you, masculine Libras. However, what it might be is that, as you were, let me just look at these cards again. It could be just that health routine. It could be even like something connected to your family where, you just had some challenges in the past. Excuse me. And it's kept you a little stagnated, but now things are starting to feel like they're rolling. And maybe what you've done is you have checked off, money, check, house, check. Now you're ready for relationship. So that could mean what's, the wheel is telling us is that we're ready for that next step. This is exciting, Libra. I'm excited for you. Okay, so what's going on? Masculine and feminine. Okay. So the masculine, this doesn't surprise me either. 9 of Pentacles has been feeling as if he's had, and this is past energy, has been feeling as if he's had it all, right? You've had the successful job, or that's, really been completing. The money has been coming through, the health routine. It's all coming through. You're looking at it, taking stock in all that you've created. But this is the card that is devoid of relationship. And when we see it in the upright, it tells us, or when we see it in the reverse, it tells us that this person is ready for relationship. And I think that that's what the masculine is going through, is that he's just readying himself. He's not quite there yet, or at least in the past, he hasn't been quite there yet. But he's definitely come quite a long way with everything else, adding to his coffers. Now for the feminine, you have the 10 of Wands. So anything that was burdensome in the past, and this would be specifically doing, action oriented. So I'm feeling like if we're talking about that work, right? Whatever that work situation was that you perhaps needed to dig in a little bit so that you could bring in some more money. Maybe you had to diversify your funds. Maybe you had to start new projects and work really hard over the winter. But I'm feeling like now you're getting to the point where that burden of, too much time, not enough money is coming to an end. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's just craziness. I've had some jumpers. Sometimes they talk a lot, sometimes they don't, but interesting. We've got the Star card, which is Aquarius, came out in the reverse. So the masculine is seeing that his wishes aren't being fulfilled quite yet. He feels good, but the wishes, and this might be specifically about this relationship, he doesn't quite have it all. Now, the way that I look at cards is that when they're on the table, even if they're in the reverse, you have the power to turn them in the upright. So this energy is here, the energy of having it all, of intuition, of dreams come true, all of those things is here. It's just that he's not quite seeing it, not quite feeling it, hasn't quite felt it, okay? And if the feminine here is, you actually have your own card, the Justice, that's turned in the reverse. So again, not quite feeling herself, not quite feeling as if she is in alignment. Maybe, Libra, you've had to do some things that were contrary to your nature. What would that be? Holding your tongue. What else would that be? Perhaps you weren't able to live in the luxury that you prefer, like you might, have had to be a minimalist for some time. You're not really concerned with things so much, but you are concerned with beauty. So maybe you surrounded yourselves with things that were not quite as beautiful. You just kind of turned a blind eye. And this could also just be feeling imbalanced. And this again can go back to just the hard work and trying to create the financial situation where you feel more comfortable. Okay, let's get this final card for what's going on for the Libras on their own. Okay, what's going on? Ooh, Libra, don't want to give it up. There we go. Okay, more reversals. Eight of Swords came out in the reverse. So the masculine seems to be coming out of the stagnation. I think he's realized that he put himself in this situation. And it was, putting yourself in a situation where the base needs of life, clothing, money, the job, having the things might have been the most important, but you're starting to realize that that's not the most important anymore. It's not giving you your wish. It's not fulfilling your dreams. And I think the masculine is stepping out of that. He's starting to notice it. He's getting back into his heart space, which is what we saw earlier with that heart, which I do love. For the feminine, we have the Queen of Swords. That came out in the reverse. So again, holding the tongue, perhaps not being as compassionate with the words as you could be. This could be that you're just stressed. You've had a lot going on in the past, and perhaps you were a little snappy. Perhaps you just decided to cut some things out of your life that were not working, that were not serving you. Totally, I applaud you for that. So you might have just been going through and cutting through. The other thing is that with this being in the reverse is that there could be the need for being more compassionate with your words, even with yourself. So you might be, again, holding your tongue, not quite making that move, but this card is giving us the advice that it's time to move forward, to speak your truth, to be compassionate with how your truth is being told, but speaking it nonetheless. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Wands for the masculine. This is our phallic symbol. This is the beginning of a creative project, the beginning of action, taking action, moving forward, feeling inspired and passionate. I don't know if this is the masculine finding the feminine. That's the way that the cards laid out, is that I usually read them left to right. So the masculine is looking for the feminine. The other thing is that there could be just, a new project that the masculine is going on, he's excited about, and this new project could bring you closer, because now we're starting to make the path back to the feminine. So if there's a new work job situation that you're starting, a new creative project, something physical even, that's very fiery, this could be, you at the gym, something new that has just started that has to do with passion and excitement and action, physical nature, then that is bringing you closer to your feminine. For the feminine, we have this Five of Cups. And this card, let me show it to you again. It's an owl that has 5 eggs. 3 have broken and 2 are still solid. But the owl doesn't see the 2. And in the standard deck, they're cups, obviously. And the idea behind this card is that, we're taking stock of our lives, looking at the things that are disappointing and sad, but we're losing track of the things that are still available to us. We're not seeing what is still there, what is still viable. So there are still 2 options, 2 possibilities. And when we see this, we're talking about those 2 of Cups, right? We talk about this in love readings, is that the 5 of Cups is disappointment from the past and not being able to see what the current situation is. So feminines, if you are in reflection mode, holding your tongue, looking back, not feeling balanced, trying to decide, what life has been about for you in the past, let's get out of the past. That's what this card is saying, and look at what is in front of you. There seems to be somebody around you. This masculine is starting to make his way towards you, and there's those 2 cups that are there. That's the offer, the soulmate, that relationship offer. So this card is giving you the choice of maintaining your disappointment from the past, or looking forward, looking out, opening up your view to receive some type of love offer that is coming toward you, or just looking for the person who is wanting to get to know you. So it can just be that simple. That's how it all begins, right? Okay, let's see what else we've got here for the masculine and the feminine. Okay, So the masculine brings up this Temperance card. This is Sagittarian energy. Balance and healing. We have balance. Both balance cards are out. So the Temperance card is a card of healing. Healing situations, healing pain from the past. But it's also about expansion, okay? The Sag energy is very much about expansion and getting bigger, looking at life in a totally new way, experiencing as much as you can. It's also very fiery, so you're in the right energy here, masculine. I think the masculine's really excited about moving forward, and he's making his choice to move forward. He's really ready for relationship. And he may know you, he may not as well. And this could be an ongoing relationship. And again, all of these cards can just talk about what's been going on. If you're in separation and kind of wondering, then this is what, what I'm reading into is what's been going on. For the feminine, we have the Two of Wands. It came out in the reverse. This is a card of building, and this is Wands, so this is good energy to have. It's the card of building something with another. It's starting to put down roots for long-term expansion, right? We go from the 2 to the 3 to the 4. These are the cards that we love. The masculine has the Ace, the feminine has the 2. This is great energy. The feminine is just a little upturned. She's really working it out, okay? This energy is here for you, feminines. You want to start something long term. You're just not sure how. You're just maybe not feeling it, really not sure how it's going to turn around for you, because I think we're just trying to still shed from the past, feeling good about where you are. Again, you've done a lot of hard work in order to build your finances up, and because you've been focusing on that, now you're trying to process through the emotional issues from the past, or open yourself up to new emotional connections. And I think that you're psyching yourself out just a bit, okay? Now let's see how you two meet. Where are you in the middle? What's going to bring you two together? Okay, Page of Swords came out in the reverse. So, oops, come here, baby. The Page of Swords is a small conversation, okay? It's just a little opener. It's that pickup line that makes one person giggle, okay? It's just a little bit. The other thing, some people will say that this is the stalker card. I don't, sometimes yes, that's an energy. I bring it up just because it's possible, where somebody is watching the other, needing to come forward and make a statement. But what I'm feeling here is what's going to bring you two together is there's a need to speak the truth. There's a need to have this connection, this verbal connection. I'm feeling like the masculine is in a better place, so he may have to step forward to the feminine and kind of awaken her and say, look, here I am. What's going to bring you together is when you both see that this small verbal interaction can open up so much more for you, okay? It's turning it around. So what it may feel like initially is that it may feel a little awkward, okay? It might be even awkward interaction initially, but once you get through that awkward moment, things will start to develop, things will start to open up, because that's going to open this whole cycle, and things are going to turn upright for you, because we're going to begin by turning that page right side up, okay? So this is how you'll be meeting through a little bit of an awkward moment. Now, where is the question? We talked a little bit about on a journey. There were some choices involved. There are friends involved too. So it could be something where your friends introduce you. But what I was thinking earlier was that it was, maybe it's an engagement party. It was something where you all go somewhere and then you meet in a different place than your home. You make it, and it could even be like a short-term work travel, a work job, work trip, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking that it was a short-term work trip is where you're going to meet, but there's definitely some choices. It could also mean, again, it can mean that you are meeting with these two cards, the paths and the dog, it could mean that you're meeting through a friend, where your friend kind of chooses to bring you two together. Now this engagement card came up, which means it could be an engagement party, it could be a wedding, something along those lines, where you meet, you kind of have this awkward conversation during this, because it can be very awkward at weddings when you're a single person. And then the angels also want you to know that you deserve love. And this is specifically on that feminine side. So remember that despite all of what you're going through, and the fact that you might be vacillating right now, you might be worried if it's ever going to happen, you deserve it. Just keep remembering that. And the masculine seems to be stepping forward to the feminine this month. If you are already in connection, does this mean you're getting engaged? Well, it's possible. If the masculine is coming forward towards you, if you already know each other to a place where you're that deep in connection, he may offer an engagement in order to bring you back, to try to, enchant you back. And it may be awkward the way he does it. It might be really kind of funny and cute, and that would be really hard to say no to, right? All right, Libra, so this is what I have for you this month. It's actually quite a sweet reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if it resonates. Give that thumbs up button. It helps me out. It helps the channel out so much. And for now, I'm going to send you all my love. I'll see you guys next time.